Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Give them
Hi, Ann. Hi, Brenda.
We're at an odd time, so I don't know who all's really watching for
Take your lunch break at work now. Get on the app. We'll wait a minute for a couple more people. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. You think, oh, we've got, 8 days of 4 sessions or 2 sessions each, and then all of a sudden it's done. I mean, there's you look forward and look forward.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
Oh, we did. Absolutely.
Yes.
It was exhausting, but it was fun exhausting.
It was fun. And you weren't tired when you were there.
No, not at all. No. It didn't hit you till you walked in your house and you fell on the floor.
Yeah. But the lunches,
thanks, Lynn.
The lunches were wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? We had them 4 times. We
did.
Yeah, which kind of by the last 2-day session, I was like, oh, this again, but I ate it.
And always the desserts. The desserts were wonderful.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. We appreciated everybody coming, though. We had a great turnout.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of enthusiasm. Everybody seemed happy.
Yep.
At least I heard all happy people.
Annette, I'm jealous. What's the temperature in Myrtle? It's only like probably 40-something. We're supposed to get snow on Monday.
I know.
I can't believe it.
I love snow.
Okay, so anyway, we're going to go ahead and start.
Wait a minute.
Wait. What?
Whose birthday?
And nobody that I know.
All of you, happy birthday. Sorry.
No, they're being, I'm going to see you after the show.
But happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, I'm Carol. You guys probably know that. This is Deb. We're here for the 4th demonstration of the event pieces. This is our favorite. This was the most fun.
Of course.
Yeah.
The prettiest.
Yep, the prettiest.
As pretty as.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were nice products.
They were. Every, you know what, I want everything that, I wanted to do everything at this event. Some of the events, there were 1 or 2 pieces that, for me personally, I wasn't interested in making, but every single one of these I loved.
All those happy birthdays.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, I'm at the age where we're not talking about it anymore. You know that. I'm going backwards for the next one. I'm going to be like Benjamin Button.
It's your birthday now.
Yeah, there you go. Hi, Leslie. That's my buddy, Leslie.
Okay, she was telling me about you.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the event piece. And like I told everybody at the event, this is really complicated and requires all of your attention. So while you're doing it, there's no music, there's no TV. You have to totally concentrate on this. No, I'm kidding. And if you want candy, you have to buy your own. Right? We've brought over 2 packages because the event was a little bit different, cut a little bit different. It was cut specifically so that you guys didn't have any cutting to do. When we ran out of the extra event kits that we're shipping out in the event package, we cut a little bit differently. We did less cuts, so you guys are going to have a little bit more cutting to do. We are providing you with cutting instructions, which are going to be on a separate sheet on your USB, and you're also going to be provided with directions that Deb wrote up for how to cut and work the project.
And they're a little bit different than the event because the event was specifically built around the Applaud.
Right.
So now we're building them around a sewing machine.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to go ahead and do our little special thing?
We have someone special here, and there were, at this point, I think she has organized probably 4,000 pieces of fabric that have been cut for the event. And we came in the first day and we found out that Gloria had decided to sell these after the event. And all of a sudden we needed 125 more than we had left. Whoa, where are we going to get the fabric? And our friend Claire says, no worries.
Yeah.
This is Claire. Yeah. Claire takes care of our kits and our cutting room. And then the second part of that, you were worried about the fabric, but then you're thinking, how are we going to get them cut? And I think, okay, I'm writing the directions. I'm going to come up with a different cutting plan. And Claire said, already on it. So
Yes.
big hug from
Yep,
me and
yep.
from Carol.
Whoops. I know.
And we figured, since Claire is the one that has drawn out all of the cutting directions, why don't we let Claire demo how you're going to cut
Yeah.
it for the sewing version?
And to be honest with you, Deb and I, if we had to do all of this cutting ourselves, we'd
We
still
couldn't
be
have done
over. We'd still be over there cutting.
Yeah.
We'd still be
This girl is
trying.
a beast. Honestly, she is a beast.
And organized.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have people helping me. It's not
Yeah,
just
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yes. But yeah. So
She gets things done.
Yeah.
do we want
go
to
ahead.
show them the cut version?
Let's show them the old.
Okay.
Original.
Okay.
This will be the new kit that they get, right?
Okay.
Okay.
This doesn't have everything cut. You have your hot fix separate from the broderie purse. And the original, is this the original or is this?
The
gold
gold
one.
one. Yeah.
The original, since we didn't have room for cutting tables and, we didn't really have time to cut. This one, everything was kind of already cut for you. We had already hot fixed everything, but now no more shortcuts. You have to do it yourself, unfortunately, but that's okay.
Or fortunately.
Fortunately,
Yeah.
some people like to do it.
Yeah.
And you got to complete the full project, No cheating, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So you're only going to need to cut a couple things. Some of these are already cut correctly. So this is your center piece. This one, cut to size. It's totally fine. So you can set that one aside. Hot fix, you'll save that for later. Borders, we'll cut that as well. Your backing, you may have a different backing piece, but obviously it's going to match. It's going to be fall.
I
It's
love
gonna
the
be
plaid.
nice.
I do.
like it.
I do
Honestly,
too.
I think I would have the plaid.
I know. Sometimes you sub out and you're thinking, oh, I kind of like that even better.
Yeah,
Better,
exactly.
yeah. And the fusible fleece, you can set that to the side because that's, near the end, right?
Yep,
You don't
correct.
need that.
Yep.
So on your USB, you'll get these instructions to subcut. So this is what I gave our kit cutters to help them cut specifically for the event. We needed specific pieces. So there's a couple different steps. I tried my best to visualize it on pictures so you can see, you want to include your pumpkin, you want to include the leaves for your broderie purse. And then at the end, it'll show you what you have left. So we were generous for the broderie purse and we gave you pretty big pieces. Now you can kind of do whatever you want with it because that's the beauty of it, right? You can customize it to your own.
Right.
So today we're going to show you, do you want me to cut the whole thing?
Yeah,
Might as
go ahead
well.
and cut it. Yeah, it only
Okay.
takes a minute. Yeah.
So
They can always look back then, Claire, and see how you did it.
All right, I'm going to clear off the cutting table so you'll get a large piece of this border print, and
Let's put you in the center. We'll
Yeah.
slide you
Oh,
over.
wow,
There
there we
you
go.
go, right in the middle.
And I kind of broke it down into you're cutting each kind of border print or stripe, I guess. So I'm going to cut it this way, actually, because this will be easier. But what I did, was I just cut every single stripe out because that would just make it the easiest. Then I have pumpkins, I have leaves. It doesn't really matter where you cut, but it would be best to cut along these orange lines.
Yeah.
So you have enough like seam allowance, all that fun stuff. This is a little rough, but we'll be able to cut this just fine. So then we have this border print, and then we're going to do the leaves. Here, I'll set that aside for you. So again, the same thing, just cut on the orange-ish. It's a little tough because it's, you might want to turn your cutting mat the other way. but I can't really do that.
If I were cutting these, I would actually cut the stripe off because
Yeah.
we didn't use any of it
didn't.
when we sewed. We kind of used it as a guideline for our seam
Oh,
allowance,
okay.
but it didn't show on the final piece. So
So it doesn't really matter.
correct.
Other than
it's
it
wonky
falls
or-
in your seam.
Right.
Yes.
So we were saying during the event, use the width of the J foot, which was a little wider than a 1/4 inch seam. And our thought there was if to get an exact 1/4 inch seam, God bless Claire, she would have had to have everybody cut that little piece of orange out.
Right.
So that's why a 1/4 inch will get you just past this gold rim.
Right.
So you can either cut the gold or the orange off or just a little bit wider than a 1/4 inch and it'll get you where you want to be.
All right, no,
When
we'll
you're
cut.
using the applaud was going down the seams and it was covering if any of that little gold border
Right,
showed
correct.
up.
Yep.
This way, without the applaud, you're counting on everything being buried in your seam.
All right, so now we have our stripes. So I'm gonna set aside 2 stripes, and we're gonna do the leaves first. They're the easiest because we don't have to worry about if we're including a pumpkin, if the pumpkin's being cut off or not. The leaves, all you need is what is it, 16-inch piece?
16 inch.
Yep, 16-inch strips. So that's really quite easy. 16, and there we go. We're already at 36. So you really only, or 32 is what I need, right? Doing math.
And those 2 pieces are for these end pieces on the table runner. The 2 pieces that she just cut. Okay? You got one on each end. There's one there, and there's one there.
So then these are done. Set those aside. Now we're gonna cut our pumpkin stripes. So this one is a little different. You wanna find a 16-inch strip that includes a whole pumpkin because I wouldn't want to cut off pumpkin on
Right,
the top of my
yeah.
runner or
Right.
anything. So see here, this 16 cuts off this pumpkin. So maybe I want to try a different, or maybe I want to do this center one. So from here to here, then I have my pumpkin in the center, if that works. And then, oh, I guess I should. We'll cut it on 4.
Hey Carol, could you move your mic down more?
So then this is our one stripe. As you can see, we kind of butchered this stripe, but that's fine because we can set these aside for the broderie purse section. You know, you have some extras. So now I'm going to take the other strip. This is why we gave you a full 4
Exactly.
borders so that you're able to pick and choose what you'd like.
Now the piece that she just cut out that you need 2 of is this portion of the runner, this border and this border. You need 2 of them.
And a thought here, and you have to decide for yourself. Do you like a pumpkin up and a pumpkin down to reverse them so that you're treating both sides of the table? Or are you concerned about which side of the table, like you walk into the dining room and you want all of your pumpkins the same way?
Right.
It's just a little bit of fun with how you put it together.
Placement. Right.
All right. I'm going to find another 16 here. That looks good.
So Claire, you only need 2 16-inch pieces, and that's what you're looking
Yes.
for.
I'm just trying to find the best, you know, I guess here I cut them both center, but you can offset them. You can kind of do whatever you'd like with them.
Right.
So now, after cutting those 2, we have our 4 borders, or I guess the stripes.
Right.
So then the green and the orange will go in between those.
Right.
And so this is kind of the basics. You can obviously fudge it so that your pumpkin is in a different
orientation.
Or yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
You know, you want to include more of the sunflower, pine cone, whatever.
Do they have to cut the caramel fabric, or is it already cut to
So
the measurements?
the caramel fabric you also have to cut,
Okay.
but we'll get to that in a second. I
Okay.
guess the broderie purse, since it's not cut already, it's really up to you. How many leaves did we give them?
They did
Or-
about 10.
So you can cut as many as you'd like. Just cut it so that you're able to hot fix it to the top. So if I had a press,
Right.
then, you know, I don't want to get the hot fix all over my press.
Right.
So I press the hot fix. You can always cut more leaves. Or
Yeah.
Now, there's two thoughts on how to do the leaves. You can cut every nook and cranny if you like it to be perfect. If you want to leave a little bit of a rim, if you're not really into trimming that tight, that little bit of a rim, that little bit of black that's left, is going to pop that leaf
yeah.
on the caramel.
Yeah.
So either way is perfect. Carol, what were you telling them? 15 second?
Yes,
I know you said Carol fused these and you did it on a heat press
on
at
a
home.
heat press. You take it to your iron it first. They tell you to iron the hot fix first to your piece of fabric with your iron for 10 seconds, just to make sure that it's adhered. Then you take it to heat press or an iron that reaches 400 degrees, and hold it for 38 to 45 seconds, which is a long time. I used my heat press for it.
Okay. Did you use an applique pressing sheet?
Yes, I did over top of it. Yes, because when I did this at home, I cut strips of hot fix because once again, you don't want the hot fix to stick to your iron. So I cut strips of hot fix that were the exact length of my leaf fabric, and I didn't have any hangover at all. You don't have to do this whole piece. You only want the leaves, so you can cut this pretty thin and not worry about it messing up your iron.
But I think the first piece you want to cut out of the hot fix is you want to do that, Claire? Go
Your
ahead.
pumpkin? Yeah.
Yeah, the pumpkin.
With any of your leftover pumpkins, you can do it. You can cut it however you'd like. I mean, if you get a piece of hot fix like this in the kit, so I would try and cut it to maximize space. So maybe you could cut off some extra area, and same thing with the leaves. You can cut off some extra area.
Correct. Yeah, I would hot fix the pumpkin first because that's the biggest piece. And then with the hot fix that you have left over, I would use it for the leaf border to do your smaller leaves for the broderie.
Because you really don't need all that extra fabric. Like
Correct.
there's stuff. So then, I can fit my pumpkin here. I could even cut, to here if I don't want the pine cone or if I want just the flowers. And then same thing with the leaves. You could obviously trim so that you could maximize however many leaves you want on the hot fix.
Right.
So
Your center broderie purse is going to go on this olive green. And I mean, people left the pine cones in. Some people used the gold leaf, which kind of popped it. Some put it like this, some put it like this. And then Joyce from Alabama, she was putting it on a little bit of an angle. And I thought, oh, it just kind of, with the leaves, it just kind of added something different. I hadn't thought of that. So, I mean, when we go, we're here to kind of pick your brains too and see what ideas you have.
You could even, thinking about that now, do one up here and then come down here and put them on horizontally.
You sure could.
And reverse them. Make it yours.
yeah. All right. We'll go to the other cuts we need to do now because we finished the most complex one with pictures and all, which is nice.
And once again, you'll get a document, or is it a PDF on the USB that has a cutting diagram, so you won't be lost.
5.5. So this, you get 16 inches. All you're doing is really just cutting it in half. All you need is 5.5. So
Mm-hmm.
Or you're getting 16 by 11, sorry. So that would be 5.5. And then, okay, we have our other two.
Right.
Perfect. And then the last one you have to cut is going to be our borders on the outside. This one is, so you need 2 at 20 by 4, or no, not 20, 2 inches by 40. So you were giving 6 inches. So you can cut your 2s. I would just cut all 3 2s because you're going to need 2 inches by 16.
16 for the side borders.
So I'd cut 3 strips. One of these can be, I can trim into my 40. One of these, the second one I can trim into the 40. And then this one I can trim these 2 into the 16ths.
Right.
And it's simple.
You want to show them how to lay it out?
Yeah. So, oh, sorry.
That's all right.
We'll start at the center. Do our pumpkins. And then orange. And our leaves. I think I had one more leaf. There we go. And then you have your borders, which you just lay out all around. And
So-
then your embroidery purse.
The one thing that we're always working with Gloria, any quilt that you see here and the table runner, is we're building everything off of a 45-inch cut. So as you're putting this together, if you decide, oh, I have extra fabric, I want to go ahead and do another one, always keep in mind, you can't go any wider than, we do the wraparound binding, so 40 inches is about the top. You need about 2.5 inches to do, you know, 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches on each side minimum. So that determines the width of the finished table runner. This one, I think we ended up at, 37 inches. something
38.
38
Yeah,
inches.
37, 38.
Yeah.
Yep. By
Thank you.
17.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
all
you
we
so
need.
much.
From the bottom of
you.
our hearts.
Yeah,
Seriously,
of
we
course.
couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let you
So-
guys do the rest.
All right. Thank you.
If you have an applaud and you're going to do applaud stitches, you're going to do the applaud stitches before you put borders on, because the applaud only does decorative stitches and it goes from one edge to the other edge. So if you have an applaud, after you sew these together, that's when you're going to use the applaud for your decorative stitching.
Or before you sew them
yeah.
together. Either. Well, I was thinking the.
Oh,
on our
okay, for the
sample.
vines.
Yeah.
For the vines. You can do the vines before, but the ones that run down the seam, you'll do after you sew it together, but before you put your borders on. If you don't have an applaud, you can go ahead and construct the whole thing. There's no reason for you to just not move forward and sew it together.
And I'd go ahead and put your side borders on as you're sewing across.
Yeah, I usually do side borders first because I'm a quilter, and then I do top, the long ones that I call this top, this bottom, these sides.
So let's lay our side borders there.
Okay,
Not the top and bottom, just the sides.
let me grab.
Get the right one. Sorry.
I know.
Gotcha.
I think they're over here.
Oh, well, could be. I think we maybe didn't cut them, did we?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, did she?
No.
Oh, and maybe not. Okay, so let's just cut real quick.
16.
Let me have a cutter. 16 inches. I'm going to leave the salvage on this. I'm
That's
not
fine.
going to worry about it.
It's killing you, though.
And then we'll do this one at 16. All right, whoops. Close that. So we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this over here.
So we're going to sew the whole thing together, and then what are we going to do
Yep.
before we put the top and bottom border on? We're going to square it up.
Oh, yeah. And for some people, that was the hardest thing to do. Squaring up is relatively easy if You follow a process. But anyway, yeah, this is the point that you're going to get to. Now, if you don't have an Applaud, use some of the decorative stitches on your sewing machine. You've got a serpentine stitch that you can actually run down here. There are quilting stitches that are a little bit bigger that Steve showed on the live, that you can, instead of a small serpentine, you can do waves down here. You can do all kinds of things. You can stitch in the ditch afterwards.
And it's quite pretty by itself too.
Right,
I
it
mean,
is.
yeah,
it is.
pretty.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
If you are using the Applaud, you're going to leave these borders off and do your Applaud stitching. You're going to apply your fusible fleece. Then you're going to sew these borders on,
The side first.
the side first and the top and the bottom, onto the fleece. If you don't have an Applaud, you can assemble the whole thing and then attach it to your fleece.
I'm going with the directions where specifically for just your straight sewing.
Right.
It's not going to hurt if you straight sew the whole thing and fuse it. We started to change a little bit during the event. The machines were up a little higher, the chairs were a little lower.
Right.
People said their shoulders were hurting.
Yeah.
So that's why we kind of pivoted a
Yeah.
little bit during the event.
Yep. I'm going to do a little demo of the glue method, just to show you guys, because I am such a big fan of it. It keeps everything so perfect. And the same pressing treatment, just real quick. A lot of people that came to the event already knew about it and told me what a game changer it was for them. And that, you know what, that makes me so happy, because in my estimation, it is a game changer. So can you just grab me 2 pieces that we would sew together there, Deb? And my glue is here. All right. This is the seam glue from Acorn Precision Products. It comes in a little tube like this with you take the top off of the little metal tip, and you just squeeze within the seam allowance very small drops of the glue. Very, very small drops, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches apart. It does not affect your machine because it's within the seam allowance. Your needle will never hit it. This is an alternative to pinning, which in my estimation can sometimes cause distortion and shifting of the fabric. If you use this method, there is no shifting. I use a little bit of heat to set it. You can match all your edges. Take it over to your iron. Press this down a little bit. You can see it only takes 20
Yeah.
seconds. It's fast.
Not much more than the time that it takes to pin.
Exactly. And it's perfect. You don't have to worry about the pins shifting the fabric. Then I'm just going to hit it with an iron quickly to set it so that the glue dries faster. And what's my mantra, everybody? I said it so many times at the event. Press, don't iron. And you can see it's adhered. What I would do at home is glue everything, all of everything that I'm going to assemble horizontally, and take the whole kit and caboodle over to the machine. Never have to get up.
I still love the colors. I still
I know,
love
they're
the
beautiful.
colors. We've got
They're
good
so
colors.
fall.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
Very, very nice.
The same pressing treatment afterwards. After you sew, we're going to pretend I sewed it. You are going to, everybody calls this setting the seams. I call it sinking the stitches. Hit this, press it with an iron, fold it over, and along the edge of your crease, you're going to apply this. It's called a seam, let me look, Easy Press Pen by Acorn Precision, and it's a fabric treatment. Run this along this seam, right along the top of that. Press it with your iron, and that seam, it will be as flat as a pancake. Regular pressing doesn't get it as flat as what this treatment does. Those are my two tips. That and the pressed stone iron Anterior Magic has
Yeah,
been
you like her
so
things.
successful for me
Yeah.
that I can't even describe.
So how about we move over to the Applaud? We're going to do a quick Applaud demo.
Okay.
The reason for that is we heard a lot of times, oh, I have an Applaud, and it's in the box.
In the cupboard.
In the cupboard, yes. So let's show you quickly how to
Yes.
thread that up. If you take a little bit of time and look at it, any serger I think is formidable when you look at them. I mean, there's always 4, 5, 6 threads. It just seems like so much. But once you break it down, especially on the Applaud, it's just really not a problem to thread.
Sergers intimidated me.
I think they do until you
Yeah.
really, but you just have to
Until
stop.
you understand them. And I know that by the end of the event, I was a little more comfortable with threading the Applaud. Yeah, very, much more comfortable. Yes.
So to thread the Applaud.
And at my age, I've never operated a serger at all. But go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Are we ready, Kate? So we're going to open the door. And we're going to thread the serger. This is a cover stitch, decorative stitch machine. It does not have the typical cutting blade that you think of with the serger. So it is specifically for the purpose of having a lot of fun. Okay, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 potential cone threads. This first one is the thread that you need to thread the lower looper, and the lower looper has always been the difficult one. So what I've done is I've put it on threading. You turn the wheel and just lock it in place. And then we're going to thread it. You thread to the back. I'm putting the foot down. And if you just see, it just wants to thread. And give it a little bit of room because we want this thread to go all the way over. Putting it in this little hole. Oh, sticking to my fingers. And it's threaded. The lower looper, the real problem one, is already done. So the next thing is we have 3 options for the sewing part of the machine. I'm going to call this 3, 2, 1. We're going to ignore that. That's our decorative stitching. So we're just threading our needles. So just like any sewing machine, I'm going to take this thread. We love to hear clicks. Click. It's going straight across. If you lift your presser foot, it releases your tensions. And I'm ignoring all of this. Ignore it. We're just threading our machine. And I have needles 1 and 3 in. I can thread needle 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to do 3 first. I'm doing thread number 3. We're threaded. That's needle number 3. We're going to, in this stitch, the decorative stitch, we're not using thread number 2. We're going over to thread number 1. Again, click. And I'm just going to follow the same pathway. I'm ignoring this, just going right underneath it, up and around. And now I'm going to thread needle number 1 because I'm in position 1, 3, 2, 1. Lower looper, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go to number 1 to thread. Put the threader down. And number 1 is threaded. Our machine is threaded. So since we're threaded, I'm going to go back to serging, close it up. My operative words are always test, test, test. If our machine is not threaded properly to sew, then we certainly can't do a decorative stitch. So let's do a couple of stitches. I'm just getting these extra threads out of the way, just trimming them off. and I can see that the chain stitch on the back is fine. So this extra thread down here is just my lower looper thread. I can pull that out. It'll get out of the way. So now we're going to our decorative stitches. If we're doing our decorative stitches, we're ignoring our threading of the machine because we've already done that. So we have 1, 2 threads. This is razzle, this is dazzle. When we're doing a class, we put razzle in the second threader because it's more forgiving than putting 2 metallics. Everybody knows if you're doing a couple of metallic threads, these work excellent. I don't want to say that they don't. They're perfect, but metallic does stick. And if there is too much heat in the house, it's going to want to stick. So what you do is you put these thread nets on it. Again, click. We're going through, just threading, just like any machine. And I'm going right here. Now, the technology with this machine is they're called wipers. And what we want to do is make sure that these wipers are in the open position. So do you see they're closed? Do you see the wipers? Now watch them open. They stayed closed. They're partly open. They're all the way open. So they go back and forth like wipers or Applaud, like the name of the machine. So if I can find what I'd have, here they are, my tweezers. They give you tweezers to do this part of the machine, this part of the threading. I'm going to put it down. You put it through the toe of the machine, and then we're going to put the back thread through the wiper and pull it out to the side. It's going to be the same process for dazzle. Click, up and around. Through the toe, and this time we're going to the left, or the left looper. Oh. This is why you use tweezers. Trim that off. Going through, I'm just going to pull it to the side. Oh. All right. So I have my decorative stitches pulled to the, or decorative threads pulled to the side. I'm going to put down the presser foot. I'm going to do just a couple of stitches. And if you can see, they're not yet caught. They're loose. So I'm holding them to the side and down. I'm just waiting for them to catch. And now they're caught. I can see them. I don't know if you can get way back in there, Kate, but you can see that they're caught back there. And again, I'm testing. Don't go to your finished piece. Test, test, test. You tail off about an inch and a half. Leave about a ½ inch tail here and a 1 inch tail here because this is a chain stitch on the back. So, and I'm going to test this. It works 99% of the time. It's not going to work because I'm showing you right here. But if you make a mistake, you do one full rotation. You loosen your threads. I'm loosening all my threads. Lift up my presser foot. Pull my threads through because I don't want to rethread again. Pull this bottom looper out and done. So I love the Applaud. Everybody knows it's my favorite machine. It is fun. It's really decorative. You can just come up with new ideas and different things to do.
What are the names of the 2 stitches that we used on the Applaud for the table runner?
When it's threaded with the 1 and the 3, it's called the cover stitch. We used just the 2 needle. That was the seed stitch. So think about it. Your 1 and 3 are going to sew down the outside, and these wipers are going to go back and forth. So if you have it in 1 and 3 needle positions, the outside thread is going to catch that wiper going back and forth. If we just have it in the 2 position, it's going to do a straight seam and it's going to go back and forth, but it's only going to catch it going down the center. So it makes a straight, narrow stitch.
Right.
So
Okay.
I love it.
The green stitch that we did on the caramel, what is that specific stitch called?
The seed stitch,
The seed stitch. And this one is called
the cover stitch.
the cover stitch. Okay.
And the Applaud comes with great, great threading directions. My best suggestion to all of you that have it in the cupboard, get a pretty thread that you enjoy sewing with
Right.
and spend an hour. And 20 minutes in, you're going to say, I get this.
Yeah.
But you just really have to
You have to play
toy
with it.
And I like to use a fusible because we are using a lot of thread. Okay?
Okay. All right.
So with that, we do have a couple of kits of our beautiful threads.
Yep, we do.
So this is the Christmas set of threads that we originally did on the pillow. So I like to use the red to match the background. I don't want to make this outside sewing machine type stitch any part of what's going on. I learned this from Joni. If you use a bold thread in the inside decorative stitch needle, it will make your sparkle stitch pop.
Yeah.
So that's why the green is on the bottom and the gold's on the top, and it kind of lends toward a little more of a gold appearance.
And if you play with your machine, experiment with different
yeah.
threads. And I think that's the fun of the machine. Experiment with different threads to see what kind of an effect you want and you can achieve.
On the table runner, we must have used 8 or 10
Yeah, right.
different combos.
Right.
And this is the threads for the machine. This was the combo that we used at the machine. Not a bright gold. I didn't want to fight my fabric. I wanted it to blend in. I want those outside stitches to fall in. This is where I want my show to be.
Right.
And guess what I'm doing this weekend? Does that look fun?
I love
this one. It's pink. I don't know if you can
these.
see it. It's rosy.
Oh,
It's not showing.
I want to see how they show up on the stitch.
Yeah, but you see it flipping red there. This is rose.
It's rose.
Yeah,
It's definitely
fuchsia.
a deep pink.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is teal. And it's like, oh
It's
my
beautiful.
goodness, I just love it. And then this is from Quilt Market. It's a set of 5.
Oh,
5 different threads.
right.
Okay. You want
Beautiful.
You want to show the kit?
The fall event kit?
Yeah,
Okay. We're going to show the ultimate fall event bundle next, which includes all 4 projects from the event. This is a pretty little bag that you'll be getting your pieces in.
It is cute, isn't it?
I know.
I don't know where
Thanks.
she finds all these.
I don't either. Happy Thanksgiving Day. In this bag, you will get the USB that contains all of the instructions and files for all 4 projects. The first project, one of the projects that you'll get is Gloria's Pumpkin. I love this. I love this
Have
piece.
you made one yet?
No.
Okay, it's on your list.
Yeah, I'm going to get the PES file because I only have an 8x12 machine, but
Okay.
I'm probably going to make
And I
8
guess the real
9
story,
or 10 or 11.
The real story there is Patty. She went out into her yard and got all the twigs
I know.
and then put them in the oven and baked them.
Well,
so
wait,
that
she
there's no
cleaned
bugs.
them with something.
Oh, did she?
And then
Okay.
she baked them.
Yeah.
And then, she made all of the bows.
This is how we have our fun.
It's all of the bows. Now, there are purchase sleeves that you can attach. You can make these. That's part of Kathy's piece, the pumpkin pillow.
And
There
these
are
are
files.
actually, aren't these actually from Love to Stitch?
Yeah, they are organza.
Yeah, Love to Stitch provided us with those.
Lovely. So this is Gloria's project. You will get a package containing the embellishment kit for the top of the pumpkin.
Look at that.
Yep. The bows.
Berries.
Now, you might get a different color bow, but it will be just as pretty. That leaf goes really well with that bow. Look at how pretty. And you'll get the fabric for the orange peel sections, and I believe that is that no-show or fleece?
That's no show.
Okay, no show. So you get, this will be project number 1. Project number 2 will be the Hello or the pumpkin pillow.
There's fleece inside, by the way.
Okay, all right, good, great. The Hello Pumpkin pillow, you will get one pillow, a charm pack of the Autumn Breeze fabric by Nancy Halverson. You'll get all of the directions. You'll get multiple verbiage. There's Hello Pumpkin, there's
Fall.
Gather, there's Blessed, there's about 6 different sayings that you can attach or sew on the top of your
Choices.
And the other thing too, when I did one, I did this piece here in the middle, and I created in a Brilliance pumpkin season. I just went a little bit different, but I like the offset of this in the corner, and the leaves once again are from We Love to Stitch. It's on the USB. The next project is Johnny's Sublimation. Now, you need a sublimation printer in order to complete these pillows, but you will get a file that contains the PES, I believe, to do the sublimation, what's underneath the embroidery for the sublimation. Sublimation doesn't work on cotton fabric, and these tea towels are cotton fabric. Sublimation only works on polyester, which is why the embroidery underneath is polyester thread. So you create this design on your embroidery machine using your white polyester thread, and then you can do the sublimation over top of it, and it will adhere. So in your kit, you will get the files for those. If you have a sublimation printer, kudos to you, yay. But you get 2 towels, the files, and I believe that is it for that project. And then for Deb and I's project, as you saw, you will get all of the fabric, the cutting instructions, and Deb included sewing instructions to complete this process too. Everything is in everything that you need. The fusible fleece is there, the hot fix is in there, and the pieces of fabric that you need to cut or create this.
But if you want a little more of the products that are in there, here's Featherweight Hot Fix.
Yep. Featherweight Hot Fix. This is 12 inches by 5. No, this is 12 inches by 10 yards. A 10-yard roll. This is always in my arsenal. I always have this. Yep.
That Shape Flex.
When I won't run out, because the minute I start getting low, I can get another one. Yep, I get more. Love it.
I kind of like the Karen K. Buckley scissors for the broderie purse.
The aqua ones are my absolute favorite.
And the green are my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, one's a 6-inch. One, I think this one's 4.5.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they are so sharp. Mm-hmm. And again, whether you want to do the broderie purse and get into each little nook and cranny, or you want to leave some black around, you're going to love it either way.
Like Deb said, if you, especially on the leaves that you're attaching to the caramel background or fabric, leave a little bit. You don't have to cut those leaves out perfect. Leave a little bit of that black for shadowing behind the leaves, and they'll really pop on the caramel.
And can we back up a minute to your favorite product?
Yeah, my favorite thing. Yep, this is a package containing the Acorn Precision Piecing Treatment, the Easy Press Pen, and the glue. And this is another thing that I will never, ever be without. I've been using this process for years. Years. And I'm just surprised that more people don't use it, and that's my job to make sure you guys buy it and use it. Yeah.
Okay.
You will be so happy. Okay, next up we have rotary cutters. We have the 45-inch, and we have the 28 millimeter.
Yeah. This is my favorite. I use this one a lot, but I
do too.
I like the small one.
Like Ruth Ann said, Ruth Ann uses it when she pieces, so do I.
I do too. Yeah.
I really only use my 45 if I'm cutting longer yardage. Or more than, one piece of fabric. This one comes with a little looks like a little craft knife, which is pretty slick too.
We have to figure that out.
I know, we are gonna. Multi-purpose touch knife.
Yeah,
That's cool, yeah. Okay.
And last but not least, Shape
Shape
Flex.
Flex 101.
Yeah, you never have enough.
Right.
Never. Just use it by the yard. Yeah, I mean, I went through almost a bolt last
Yeah.
weekend.
Right.
So tonight, Gloria's going to be showing some love to stitch that I did, and I thought I saw you're putting your new pillowcase in.
Well, the problem with the pillowcase is we don't have the flannel for the cuff.
Okay, Claire. Where's Claire?
Yeah, well, this is going to be a project for our Reimagining Border
First,
Print
okay.
series, because we're trying to come up with different patterns and ideas for border prints rather than our standards.
Everybody thinks when you do a border print, you have to go
Right.
horizontal. You don't.
Right, right. But I did, I used the Christmas mouse fabric, the flannel, and I made a pillowcase with that, with it running horizontally, and I added the flange and the cuff on it, and unfortunately we ran out of the red flannel for the cuff. But we're gonna come up with some more ideas for patterns similar to this or different, incorporating the use of the border prints in different orientations. We don't have to do them all horizontal. We're going to come up.
We're on a mission to look at things differently.
Right.
We want you to look at border prints differently.
Yep.
And we want you to look at your machines differently.
Right.
Use things that are in your machines, and we'd like to help you get there.
Right,
So,
right.
so for 2026, watch out.
Christmas.
Can you guys explain
Christmas.
the glues and what each of the glues are for?
Sure. There you go.
There is only one glue. This is the glue. This is what you put in the seam to heat press and attach your pieces together in lieu of pins. This is the easy press treatment. This is what you apply after you've heat set your stitches, sunk your stitches. You apply this to the seam and it creates a flatter seam. Okay, I also use all of this in combination with Material Magic, which everybody knows is also my favorite. And you get, everything I do is perfect. Their seams match up, points line up. It's just, I love the process. So this is the treatment that goes in this pen. This pen is what you use to run along your seam line to create a flat seam. This is the glue. It has a little metal tip on it, and this is what you use to glue your two pieces of fabric together instead of pins.
So let's just call it out. People say, well, I don't want glue on my finished quilt. Let's just go ahead. Give them your...
This is washable. It's
Yeah.
washable.
That's
and
my
you're
point,
using
yeah.
such small amounts that I wash everything that I make. I don't make something to just put on a wall and like a quilt. A wall hanging, yeah. I do put it on the wall to look at. It doesn't go on a bed, but all of my quilts, I use every single one of them. They go on my bed and they get washed.
And the one trick is don't put it in your seam. Keep it further
Outside
out
of
on
your
the
seam.
outside.
Right, right.
Which I did one of the OESD tiling seams, the Santa one,
Yeah.
and I've not used it yet. I will. It's on my Christmas list to do.
I have a trick for putting the two tiles together. I put one piece down on my wool mat and I stick a straight pin in it straight up and down.
That's what I was doing. Okay.
Then I put glue, a little
glue.
bit of glue in that seam, and then I lift one pin up, put my second piece over top of it, right sides together, line up that seam, and then hit it with an iron and work my way down that seam.
Okay, so I put the pins in
Yeah.
straight down and
Through the wool mat, too, so
through
it
the
stuck to the wool mat.
Took it to my machine and I scratched the plexiglass on my machine.
Well,
so
after
I
you-
think I think you might have a winner there for me to try.
Yeah, but the reason for the pins is to
get it
keep it
perfect
together
match.
till you get the glue one and,
Yeah.
and set the glue.
Yeah.
Then
So
take it over.
I'm all in.
All right.
We just have to have a minute to give it a try.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you for being here with us today.
And
what?
happy birthday.
Oh, and thank you to Claire once again.
Yes.
Stick around tonight at 7 p.m. We have My Favorite Things coming up. And what do we have going on tomorrow? Oh, Fabric Frenzy. You'll see me again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. See you later.